are in Harlem on the
Oh,
historic 125th Street. What's up? And I'm here with Larry, who is a tour
what's
guide
up?
in
How you
Harlem.
doing?
Yeah, and this is my first episode of All Over the
All
Place,
over the place.
as I
Yes,
am.
yes, yes.
Hi, guy. So, we're just doing like some check ins off the heartbeat of Harlem. You
Check.
good? Should I move over? Am I right, Larry? So, Larry,
Yes.
tell us what you do. So I met
Let's-
Larry in this coffee shop. And this is take two because we went live a second ago. So
yeah.
I'm going to paraphrase it, but we realized the mics were not on. So I'm going to introduce Larry. He's a tour guide. He does Lower Manhattan tours, and he takes people through Wall Street and where many of enslaved Africans were auctioned off, and tells about the history of their presence in the area, in the African burial grounds,
Yes.
and
Yes.
how the indigenous aspect of this land is here. As Craig Harris was good booger, will never leave us. So may try to build up skyscrapers, and that's exactly what happened. They had a building they were building up, and they had to go down. You got to go down to come up. Sometimes when you go down, you find some history.
True that.
That's the first time me and Cantrice is a young lady I met at the St. Nick's pub where I stumbled into on a trip up from Knoxville, and the owner asked me to watch the bar, and then he was like, "Yo, you can handle this."
Saint Nick's Pub.
Yes,
Yes.
famous, right?
Famous.
You know, a lot of legends, jazz
A
legends
lot
have
of
come out of
legends.
there.
Yeah.
One thing I love about this place, and speaking with the owner of Lennox Lounge, who grew up with my pops, his father's, my dad's in the basketball. He used to referee at the
Right.
Rucker. Still referees at the
He's in
Rucker.
the Hall of Fame, Bronx, the Bronx Hall of Fame. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he, Buster is his name. He owned the Lennox Lounge, and one thing he'd say is that he doesn't turn away anybody.
Wow.
As long as they got money.
That is the bottom line. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
but Vincent, I think, and I've learned that diversity is the key for society and culture, because
Yeah.
culture means to cultivate. People think, oh, there's a culture of killing. No, killing is not cultivating, right? So that's something else. So
Mm.
this English language, sometimes we get lost in these words. English language is the only language that has like two meaning for one word.
Right.
Read, read, live,
Right.
live,
Right. Right.
right?
Right.
Your driveway,
Synonyms,
the driveway you
homonyms.
park the car, but the highway, or what is it? The driveway, the parkway,
Right.
the car is moving.
Right. Yeah. Make that make sense.
Make that make sense.
Yeah.
So, anywho, I just wanted to jump back on here. We did a great interview,
Yeah.
but my mic wasn't on. So, we talked about the St. Nick's Pub.
Yeah. Right.
Talked about my name.
Right. And I like the way you pronounce your name because you have a certain vibration and certain bass to it.
Yes.
I say it incorrectly. I say Zakia.
Zakia is nasal, which comes from very
Ah.
European names. They talk up here.
Yes.
And the significance of, I'll start with humming, because humming and
Okay.
humming, they hum to you in Harlem Hospital. That's one thing I found
Oh.
being in a diverse place. With when I was hospitalized for my whatever issue it was, my lungs.
Okay.
Harlem Hospital, the nurses
Harlem.
were humming, even Harlem. Even though it's a word from Amsterdam, right?
Right. No.
But the name Zakia, my mother said,
Zakia.
always correct them. And as I've grown, I've understood the value of the cellular network within our body and the vibration of cells that help to release and the electronic capacity of vibration. Because it's the opposite of that would be stagnation, right? The polar opposite of that. So everything electric, electrified, grounding, you have more electrons in your body, electrified. Protons, even if it's a positive charge, it still holds on to a lot of growth, a lot of toxicity. And of course, the two need to coexist, but let's bring it back to where you left off. Balance.
What was that?
Balance.
Balance. Yeah, for sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, balance. So how do you balance uh, your different careers or your different paths? Because I know I met you. You do a lot of things, but how do you balance all these things? I mean, I don't want to like say you're a singer or artist or poet because I don't want to box you in any particular category. But how do you balance all these things?
I think I look at them as all in one.
Mm,
So if my leg hurts, I can't dance, I write.
right. Okay. Okay.
If I want to do vocal warm ups or vocal, I clean my house.
Okay. Okay.
I wash the dishes, right?
Okay.
I have certain tasks that I parallel elements of living with, and it's very natural to do that. It's we're relearning how to learn.
Yes.
We're relearning. A bird doesn't know it's a bird, doesn't even know it's flying.
Right. It's just doing what it's naturally created to do. Woo.
The very thing you call a bird does not even know that it's flying.
Exactly.
So it's
Yes.
a little loud outside, but I'm sure these microphones are cutting through. So I try to associate, and I am very intuition driven, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was speaking the other day about managers, and managers rely on their intuition because the word manage means to balance
Mm-hmm.
somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But many managers get fired.
For several reasons.
Yeah,
Yes.
because you
Yes.
balanced in the wrong direction, a little too
Right.
heavy.
Right.
So it's almost a setup.
That's right. That's right.
Right? Ain't no managers lasting for a long time.
That's right. Right. Speaking of managers, um, how do you decide what gig you're going to do?
Wow. Like again, I follow my intuition and the vibration of it,
Mm-hmm.
and if it's easily done, and how it came about. But I would be completely honest, is I'm a self-produced gig. I create my own opportunities, and to me, that is creating the culture as opposed to waiting for somebody to hire me, waiting to
Yes.
be an employee of.
That reminds me when I purchased your first CD. Was that a self-produced CD?
It was self-produced. I was working with a brother named Victor Wise. Went to studio in Tinton Avenue in the Bronx. It
Oh,
was
okay. Wow.
baby. You know Tinton Avenue?
No.
Oh,
Tilton?
Tinton.
Oh, Tenton. No.
It's rough up there. So a lot of the brothers though were from St. Nick's Pub,
Okay.
and I recorded with this brother named Chirano Kamada, and he was from Senegal. He plays bass.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Victor really knew we were that cool, but yet and still, it was the energy of St. Nick's Pub that came out. Really, I
Wow.
met Vic in the pub,
Okay.
and then I had another brother where I had a lot of hands on that CD though. To
Okay.
be completely honest, brother, shout out to Antoine. Um, he's incarcerated now, but
Okay.
I
Shout
mean, it
out.
is what it
Shout out.
is, right?
Okay. Uh-huh.
But he was a good brother and worked on the project. Had 13 kids.
Wow. And speaking of 13,
Let's skip over that.
speaking of 13, are there 13 tracks on that CD?
No, there's I think 9 or 10.
9 or 10?
Yeah, I'm sticking with the Michael Jackson energy. 10.
Okay.
I'm not giving you 25. I'm not giving you 6.
And my favorite track is "You Should Know That."
You should know that.
Yes.
Oh, we going in the digging through the crates.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, I wrote that about well, like I said, I don't know if it was in this video or the last one, about Oscar DeBay at St. Nick's Pub. We were just coming over, hanging out one night, Guinness and some trees, and
All right. Right.
he had this beat. Now that's not the beat on the album, but it was like you should know that, you should
Yep.
know that,
Yep.
you should know that, you should know that. So
And I think you also have a cover song by
Olivia.
you have a cover song by Nina Simone.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
That's on the next album that's gonna come out. It is called Don't Explain.
Yeah, that is.
I'm
yeah.
sorry. Well, Nina Simone did Don't Explain
Well,
too, but I would associate that more with Billie Holiday.
Right.
But 4 women.
The Four Women. Yes.
4 women. I
yes.
call it 4 poetic women.
And that's a powerful performance when I saw you do that, because you had other dancers in there
When I was at the Cotton
at
Club.
the Cotton Club, like not the original Cotton Club.
Right. He's a tour guide.
Right.
As I told you, watch out. Watch out.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Cotton Club.
The Cotton Club. And what other venues have you performed in Harlem? I know there's a many, but just give me the main ones.
I'll say Lennox Lounge.
Lennox Lounge.
With Aziza Miller. You know Aziza Miller?
No.
Aziza Miller is Alicia Keys' muse on Hell's Kitchen. She taught Alicia Keys. She's her music teacher. Taught her piano.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. I forgot the name of the character she plays, but we're looking at Olivia. The sister Olivia is on the other side of this dancing. We're talking. But so that's the first thing. Her name is Linda Miller. What happened to her leg? Where is that?
Oof. Oof. Yeah, excuse us. Yeah, we're looking at a sight out the window.
Yeah, we're on 125th Street and Park Avenue. Ooh, I just turned my mic off by accident.
Okay. Is
There
it
we go.
blinking?
I got it on.
Okay.
Woo, Lord have mercy.
Yeah,
Sister
so,
Zach is on the block. Why
so
do
you
I say on the
performed
block?
why you say on the block?
I say on the block
Lennox
because I'm
Lounge.
with my people. I'm amongst my people, right? To see this, what we're looking at right now. So I performed at Lennox Lounge, right, with Aziza Miller, Lafayette Harris, whom I haven't done a gig with Aziza in a while, but Aziza is Alicia Keys' piano teacher.
Mhm.
And the first gig I did with her was at St. Nick's Pub, though.
Mhm.
So I performed at St. Nick's Pub, and it was interesting being behind the bar. And I think TC the third would call me from behind the bar. He heard me probably reciting some poetry in my head or going to the music in the club, and he's like, "Zakia, come up here and spin on this, right?" And the rest is history.
And the rest was history.
So then I would make up songs to like the music. So we'll get back to that.
So you
So
performed
Lennox
at
Lounge,
Shrine.
Shrine with
Right.
Dennis Davis.
Right.
We played with my brother Stevie Wonder. Do I do on many tracks, but and also Roy Ayers.
Woo.
Me and Dennis probably like we kicked it off when I got to the pub. He was just like he's such a sweet soul, man. He played drums, played with
Uh-huh.
David Bowie too.
Wow.
Yeah, Dennis was a monster. He passed away of cancer. His son plays T-Bone plays for Public Enemy, drums as well. So when I came to the pub, Dennis was like, I know it's hard. Dennis was like, BMW, and he was like, I'm trying to sell this BMW. Want to buy it? Right? I was like, oh shoot. Uh-oh. I said, damn, how much? He said, give me $700. So I called my mother. I was like, Ma. So my mother came down to the bar, had a little gin, and that's the first time I ever saw my mother drink.
What?
And they were worried that I was in Harlem bartending.
Oh, okay.
My father's come down here too, and then some of my father's because my father's a Harlemite. He
Yeah.
kept
yeah.
me and my sister away from a lot of BS.
Mhm.
But also a famous referee to have two children or girls.
Girl,
That
woman, woman.
one of my friends that plays ball was like, I know why your father never like. That's my daughter. Said because the players would come up to be like, yeah, I was with your daughter last night.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
they
man.
could egg
They
him
could get
on.
to him. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So that happened once. Guy said he's gonna kill his whole family, and my father said he stopped. And actually, Lowe's Moore has this documentary where he talks about this. So if y'all check out, I forgot Lowe's Moore. Lowe's Moore played for the NBA from New York.
Mm.
Gus and Rodney McRae.
Oh,
Williams.
McCray brothers.
They from
Right,
Mount Vernon,
right.
you know?
Okay, right.
So Lowe's basically just don't look. So Lowe's basically interviewed my dad, and he's game. The guy, it's funny as my father gets older, he's telling more and more. Guy was like, "Yo, I'm gonna kill your whole family, your kids too." Security, get that man out of here.
Yeah, that comes
Get that
from
man out of here.
our people not knowing their center,
Yeah,
right? They lost their grounding. Like how if you love black people or black history, there's no way you would intentionally try to hurt another black person.
right.
I mean, I know this is
And,
another
but
different
see,
subject.
that
but
gets
still.
but that gets me to the dilemma and the tension of athletics
Mm.
and entertainment
Mhm.
that this country thrives off of.
Yes.
Seen in the Super Bowl,
Yes.
Woo.
Every sport. Just look at every sport arena,
right?
right? Who's it filled up with?
Remember Jack Johnson?
Jack Johnson.
The Great White Hope.
Yes.
So did you? And I write about this in my thesis. There's this guy named Tom Maldonado, and Bill Roden talks about it in $40 million Slave. Yeah, $1 million Slave. He says he fought his way out of freedom. He's like, yo, if I beat so and so, can I be free? It was like, yeah, you beat that, yeah. And he went overseas.
Mm.
He was out. I
Mm.
guess slavery wasn't as atrocious. So there was a lot of movement going on that they don't want. They want to act as this. And this was the interviewer that was interviewing me yesterday. He said he asked me my age on the interview. I was like, I can't tell you that.
I
bro.
don't even know how old you are.
But I gave him mad clues where he could have done that. But I said to him, my father's 87. My grandfather was born in 1800. He said, well, my grandfather was born in 1800. He's a white Caucasian brother. I said, well, yeah. He said it wasn't that long. We both looked at each other. He said, ally. He's like, wasn't that long ago?
Mm.
I said,
That's right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't that long ago,
2
baby.
generations removed.
Yeah, and if the plan is, see, we don't understand it. There's a plan,
There's definitely a plan. It's pretty evident.
and
right
we're
now.
the pieces.
Yeah. Yes.
So my music is about communicating that message. That yo, baby,
Yes.
what's your plan for yourself?
Yes.
What will you do with your power? I just came off a gig in Knoxville, Tennessee, and to have African dance in the high school as a gym credit, my mentor in Keiki Ajanaku, shout out to Drums up, guns down. I said it backwards once. Guns. So shout out to her and her mission, which I wholeheartedly pour my essence into because it gives me worth and value in my existence on this soil. And that is the most important thing. It's beyond hopeless. Hope, right? It's not even faith. It's fate. If I pour into it, it
Yeah,
has to
I
be
saw some of the
reciprocal.
video clips. I was blown away. My heart went out to the children that were playing the drums. You know, the children was communicating with the community. It was a beautiful sight.
So
Emotional, yes. So I can
they
imagine how you felt
they
because you was
got
right
me.
there.
And
Yeah.
the dilemma with me is sometimes the finances.
Mm,
Do I have it to get down there?
mm,
And I've always had it because I did the 9 to 5, but now I'm an entrepreneur wholeheartedly.
right.
So it's like it has to happen because that's my root. That's my leg in the soil. I have to water it every
Yes.
year,
Yes.
just like my family is.
Yes.
Because I'm an extension of the source. If the seed is watered and now it's sprouted and it is me, then my petals cannot wilt.
Mm. Ooh,
Ooh,
that's a bar right there.
yeah,
My pedals cannot will.
they
Wow.
cannot.
So where do you claim home? Is it Harlem or
Mount
Knoxville?
Vernon definitely,
Or Mount Vernon?
it's
Yes.
funny because I feel like I grew up in Knoxville. Like I learned some real deep.
Yeah.
I remember my mentor. I would complain and come to her broken. She said, "Well, maybe you need to get a little more broke. Maybe you need to fall a little deeper
Mm,
to get something out of that to
Mm.
understand what up is.
mm.
Maybe you got to go a little further down." I was stuck, bro. I was stuck, and then I ran into the bar.
And then look at you
Research
now. Look at
360.
that. Yes.
But it was
Wow.
like the lowest point of my life was in Tennessee. So Mount Vernon prepared me for life. I feel like nursery school, Tennessee was life, and Harlem is applying the lessons that I learned through that
Applying the
journey,
knowledge, which is
right?
wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe, this unscripted journey of life that I have deviated from systems and industry because there's things that I should have done, like I wanted to make it to the Olympics. Okay, what's the B plan? To be a manager at Walmart? Oh, never will I ever. Like they were
Nothing
like,
wrong with that,
they,
but that's not for you. Being a manager at
there's
Walmart.
nothing wrong. That's not for me.
Right, that's not for you.
Like, I don't even like to sit down. I worked my first job out of college. My first job out of college was I repossessed trailer parks.
What?
And I would have to look through the pictures and see how these people were living, and it broke me, yo.
Wow.
First of all, sitting, and then I would come to work in like outfits like this, and I was muscular, and the guy was like, "You need to put something on your shoulders." I was like,
Oh,
wow.
wow.
But it was like a long dress, so my legs was like, pow, pow, pow. I thought I forgot about the arms, so I started getting these little short little dress suits, like badass motherfucking suits,
Okay.
heels and. Boop, boop, boop. I said, okay, you want me to dress? I'll put a suit on. So that control, like I can't. Like, why are you telling me what to? You shouldn't be telling me. My dad don't talk to me like this.
Mm.
That's my favorite line.
So you need total independence.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, if everything is based off of how, like, my parents treated me to be free, and my mom said she just, right? So I don't know. I'm so fortunate, so grateful to come from the family that I come from.
Yes.
Like, wow.
Yeah.
And my father wasn't there a lot of the early lives, but I understood. At New York Sports Club, I had his picture in my office, and
Oh, you worked in New York Sports
I
Club?
did. I ran. So my thing is, like, after sitting down at that repo thing,
Right.
I realized that any job you have, you gotta move. You gotta move,
Gotta
right?
move. Yeah.
So I think I worked at Carpetbag Theater, of course, in Knoxville. After that, like same time, and that I could move. I would dance. She didn't understand why I like to dance. I like to dance. Like
Right.
after I
saw
hurt
you
my knee, I
dance, yeah.
started I was like, I have to move it. Movement is medicine, and I also had to have an out to actualize my true authentic self. I can't be sitting there going to happy hour. That's just me. Ain't nothing wrong with happy hour, but every hour should be happy,
True that. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
If it's truly happy,
Mm-hmm.
right? But that's our birthright, nah.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, I worked in New York Sports Club, and I would have a picture of my father in the office. Now I worked at 73rd and 86th, but then I got moved up to 125th. When I was right down the block, 115. Well, I
Wow.
walk there.
Wow.
So I was like, oh, they gentrifying, but this is working to my benefit.
Check.
But didn't sustain because they were having me in there. They don't understand because people knew my father, but I didn't know the depth of the people that knew my father. So that area was protected. It wasn't until I got transferred and they closed where they came through the window through that glass. They came through the glass and robbed that whole
What?
word on the street, Sitzazak on the block.
Wow.
And then I worked at 125th. So I would bounce from 115th to 125th. But I had so much love and humanity for my and I'll tell it what happened. I hired out of the prisons. My personal trainers were people who I felt if I had to work in corporate America, I will be the Harriet Corporate Tubman.
Right.
And I will give these brother chances. I say out of 9, I had about 6 successes. Right? Some stole my credit cards.
Wow.
Stole my money.
Man.
Right? Took money out my pocketbook. And that's when it got a little shaky. I had to call it quits. But one brother, Barbara, down the block, one Dominican Republic, bought house, property. Yeah, man.
Wow.
But it's still there's no in the corporate it's so cutthroat. They were still trying to get rid of me after I got them on.
Wow.
Or there'd be the dilemma of me hiring somebody who said I had a relationship with the sister, Miss Rodriguez, at a halfway house, and she would feed me them. And my due diligence to, and this goes back to you should know that because this brother got locked up because I left some weed in. That's a whole nother story.
That's all another story. That shouldn't even you shouldn't even say that. Yeah.
No, it's okay. I like my journey.
But your job your job at the sports club, did that lead you to being a professor of physics right now?
Well, yeah, there's a level of understanding the body because, mind you, I had a bone transplant, super muscular.
Yeah.
And they just back on the track. They tried to get me back on the track.
After the transplant?
Yes, immediately. It wasn't until one of the soccer coaches pulled me to the side and said, because I would try, and I want to get on. We had a dope ass coach from LSU. I wanted to do it. He was like a sister. And I had so much drama with the other lady who would we'd jump on boxes, our shins would be bloody. Wow. And they'd be like, oh. And I'm like, yo, you never even ran track. How are you even telling me to jump? Yeah. So me and my other homegirl, we got severe mental damage from, we got called in the office for eating French fries, threatened our scholarship. At the end of the day, good manners can get you in and out of any situation. So I would be like, but you said I could do better, so it's always you always got to advocate for yourself, period. The lessons in that. So I understood I walked with a limp for about 15 years, right?
What?
So like I said, you asked me, what do I consider myself? I did it. If I consider myself a dance, I tried to dance, or I even got back running. I started running back. I competed in Colgate, 2000. Okay. Every other year I competed in Colgate, right? And then the last meet was the Empire State Games. I did 400 hurdles. And that's a hell of a hard race.
Yeah.
Well, it's 2010, about 15 years ago. But that's a hell of a hard race.
Yeah.
The track saves me, the level of athleticism. If I can push it all the way up, that's why I'm so hard on my dad. And really, my dad helps me he helps me get in shape because what I want for him, I want for myself.
Yeah,
that's a reciprocal love of life.
Those daily posts with you working out with your dad is very inspirational. I look at you and your dad. You got a beautiful relationship.
Yeah,
beautiful relationship.
So I'm so sorry to cut you off, but I remember where I left off. You asked me about the club and my father, how it ties into Harlem. So the guys would come by my office and ask me, how do I know that man on the wall?
Oh, okay.
That's my man. And I'd be like, so meanwhile, when we thought he was an absentee father, you were in PAL, Each One Teach One, Millbank, Bronx. You are there mentoring these men that don't have any fathers.
Right.
By design, because of this thing we call slavery. Oops. Sorry, battery almost dead. So we got about
All right,
About
yeah, I
3
gotta
more
wrap it
minutes.
up. Yeah.
So they would see a picture of him, and I was like, wow. So I said that's why I say I'm in these streets, because I got protection, and from my father, like I'm picking up on the information or the legacy that he laid with these gentlemen that see me now, come to my shows and stuff.
Hmm.
But also now we talk about cultivating community and culture. They see the workouts, like you said, and the I could talk about my music and everything, but at the heart of my music is endemic issues that face our culture, and that's one is being educated on what to ingest into your body.
Mm.
What do you put? What am I putting in my body?
Mm.
So if I could raise your curiosity, and now the record company ain't the record company; it's like a lifestyle brand, really.
Mm.
And if I already I'm branded up on the fitness, I know about the food and all that, and then the music is just secondary, but it should be all relative.
Yes.
It shouldn't be separate. I was talking to a buddy of mine, and we just did this Blue Note thing, and it to me, it's cathartic, and it's very spiritual. It's
Are
very
you talking about the
portal.
Blue Note in the Village?
Yeah, we did it
The
with
famous
Savion
Blue
Glover.
Note.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's some areas where I saw myself. It's very realmy, realmy for me.
Mm.
Like in the remembering of,
Mm.
like being at a total. To me, is parasympathetic energy. They'll say, but that's rest and digest. That's when your body's healing.
Mhm.
So if I'm, and this goes back to a quote that I heard Nina Simone and Nina Simone say she felt freedom about 3 times on stage. You kind of lose yourself, right? You lose yourself, and it's like you could feel every energy in your body. And it's challenging to navigate that in a capitalistic world.
Yes.
And it's just
Because
to
capitalism is
exist.
straight up evil.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
It needs humanity to exist.
it
Where
needs
humanity does not need capitalism to
Exactly.
exist.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I'm learning about the transactional aspect of everything. How much do I owe you for this interview?
Okay, we got to wrap it up.
Yeah,
Thank
we're gonna
you,
wrap it
Sister
up.
Zoc from the block. I appreciate that. And until next time.
Until again.
All right, what's the name of this interview? All over the place. There you go.
Sister Zod, neighborhood. Who are the people in my neighborhoods? They're the people that we meet when we're walking down the street. They're the people that
Oh, that is
we
that's
meet.